Dear viewers, I have appeared in front of you again. Today I will present an instructional video. My topic today is about motion graphics and basic concepts of animation. Watch this video carefully and you will benefit even a little bit. What is motion graphics? Definition, examples and types. You see them on every screen, whether you are aware of it or not. The best ones communicate information so seamlessly you might not even notice any visual interruption. From explainer videos to cable news lower thirds, motion graphics have a place in nearly every type of video content. In this post, we look at what is motion graphics exactly and how you can bring them into your own work. Motion graphics definition. You have likely heard the term motion graphics before, but it's thrown around to refer to a lot of different things in a lot of different scenarios. So, what is motion graphics? Motion graphics refers to animated graphic design. A motion graphic artist uses text, images, and animation to convey information in a concise way that complements the video style. The key here is motion. If it doesn't move, it's not motion graphic. What does a motion graphics artist do? Creates dynamic title sequences, uses color, design, and typography to convey a message or mood related to the work. Waves is details like lower thirds, title, and credits. Motion graphics artists are asked to create work for many different purposes. Whether you are creating a graphic to introduce a new subject in a documentary or making the perfect transition between scenes, it's important to remember that every choice you make affects what the graphic communicates. Here are a few common examples. Title sequences are an excellent example of motion graphics, setting the tone with design. Going to season 1 as an example, they had that song and they also had a series of photographs that were taken back in the 19th century of the area where they were filming. Between that visual inspiration and that musical inspiration, we were really able to understand what was at the heart and soul of the show. In this case, creating graphics that utilize double exposure techniques allowed Claire to communicate the desolate, mysterious film noir inspired title sequence that made True Detectives title sequence visually dynamic in a way that resonated with the tone of the show. Double exposure layers two images or videos on top of each other to create one image or clip. The term comes from the literal double exposure created by film cameras when photographers rewind and take a second photograph with used film. A popular type of video on the web is an explainer video, which is exactly what it sounds like, a brief video breaks down a concept in the news or pop culture. Motion graphics are incredibly helpful in this style of video. Some concepts are best explained with graphic representation. In the box video below, motion graphics templates are used to show the links between different languages and colors. The animation of the graphics in the video clearly communicate what the voice-over is explaining without extra information the viewer won't guess. Transitions and bumpers. Motion graphics artists who work in television will often have to create transitions or bumpers. These are brief clips, usually no more than a few seconds, that signal the end of commercials and direct the viewer's attention back to the screen before the show starts or resumes. Bumper, Bumpers need to grab the viewer's attention right away. The goal is to create a distinct breath between advertisements and reset the screen. Full screen sweeps and graphically dynamic design are common techniques. Motion graphics artists need familiarity with software to succeed. Even the best eye for design won't make a difference if you don't know your hotkeys. Motion graphics work in primarily done in Adobe After Effects. There are tons of free online resources to get acquainted with the software. As a motion graphics artist, you will want to get familiar with After Effects basics, hotkeys, and essential plugins. Mastering how to work with motion graphics in After Effects gives you all the tools you need to work in a post-production studio or edit your own work. While Adobe Photoshop and Adobe Illustrator have very different capabilities, they serve similar purposes for motion graphics artists. Both applications allow artists to create assets that transfer seamlessly into After Effects. Photoshop is one of the most versatile tools for digital designers of any kind. Think of it as your computer's high-powered sketchpad here. You can create images, mockups, textures, and so much more. Photoshop is a great software to start out with for absolute beginner motion graphics artists. Illustrator has one key difference that makes it superior to Photoshop for some projects. Vector-based images. Vector images can be scaled up infinitely without losing quality or pixelating. This makes Illustrator preferable for creating logos or detailed graphics that will be zoomed in on or blown up during animation. Cinema 4D is one of the more user-friendly 3D animation softwares on the market. Its intuitive layout allows artists to easily model, create scenes, and implement lighting in the program. While motion graphic artists don't necessarily need to learn 3D graphics and animation, it can open up new lines work. If there is any mistake in my video, please comment. Any comments will make my way easier. Your valuable comments will motivate me to make new videos. Thank you for watching my video. Like and subscribe my channel. See you again.